for Lori and Friends provided by Waste Management. Think green, think Waste Management.
And welcome to Lori and Friends. And I have a new friend with me. This is Tom Keefer, and he's never been on the show before.
No, I have not. This is the first time for me, and with all my recipes, it may not be the last, too.
Well, we'll be the judge of that, Tom. No, he got hold of me through my LinkedIn professional page. Are you a professional outside of doing this singing gig that you got going?
Yeah, I'm a product specialist for Yorkville Sound, the U.S. division. It's Canada's largest manufacturer of audio equipment, and I work at the U.S. division as a product specialist. And I'm in contact with a lot of people through LinkedIn, and that's how I came across Lori.
As a professional. And the next thing you know, I'm thinking of mostly PR people would get hold of me. And I got Tom saying, can I do the show? I think I'd be really good on your show. And I got this, is it a duo? Is it a band?
Well, it's both. We have the Lakeside Duo, which is myself and Stan Turnajewski, and we're part of the Lakeside Band. We were known as the Lakeside Blues Band, but we do a little bit more music than just blues. So, but our website is still lakesidebluesband.com. Stan and I do play a lot as the duo, and we also have a Celtic band, the Lochside Celtic Band, which also plays as a duo as well. And so I get pretty involved in the live music scene around Western New York and Canada. So
you're international. So on his resume, he says he's an international vocalist. I mean, no, are you a vocalist? Or you both sing, right?
You sing and play. Yeah, everybody in the band sings and plays, and yes, that's true. And I guess since Canada is a different country, it would be considered international. Haven't been overseas yet, though. But
still say international because it's outside of the States.
That's true.
I think you can get away with that. I'm very good at helping people write their resumes. Did I mention that?
She's really good at PR.
So, it's just, now you're international. You're just, we've been outside the bounds of New York State and, of course, the country. See, they don't know that we can see Canada from my house here. Most people wouldn't know that as you were going in. I know. My kids are like, that's a foreign country, Mom? Yeah, it is. But it's closer than the Grand Island Bridge. I said, well, Grand Island, that's a foreign country as well to people from Niagara County.
That's right. Well, hey, I can see, I live in Wilson, New York, and I can see Canada from, I can walk out the end of my front porch and look out and see the lake, and across the lake I can see the lights of Toronto. So I can see Canada kind of from my front porch as well.
So there you go. There you go. Now you got Voodoo Chili that we're doing today.
That's right, Tom Keefer's Voodoo Chili, and this chili came about as it was a lot of experimentation, and most of my critics are my kids, my 3 kids, and when I've made chili over the years, they'd say, Dad, it's too hot, it's too spicy, or it's not spicy enough, or something's missing. And I finally got to the point where experimenting with different ingredients, I came up with the right recipe. But being that I'm a real busy guy and my wife is a visiting nurse, she's out of the house a lot, I had to come up with something that would not only taste good, but was easy to make, and it wasn't difficult to find ingredients for. So it was through a lot of, as I say, a lot of experimentation that I came up with this.
Research.
Yes, we call it research.
We call it research.
Many vats of chili were made coming up with this recipe. But it starts, of course, with any type of meat.
Do you want me to turn that on for you?
Yes, that'd be great, Lori. Ground beef, you can also use, and I've used this in the past too. My kids don't know it, but I've used ground turkey in place of the beef. You can also use ground pork or even ground chicken, and you brown it and drain it, and then you're ready to start your chili. Now, I'm going to go through each ingredient and tell you how I reached, how I came to each ingredient.
Through extensive research that Tom has done this.
That's right. Strange as it may seem, I did not start with crushed tomatoes. I actually started with a can of tomato sauce, and this is a 28-ounce can, and I've pretty much stayed with 28-ounce cans since I started. But how I arrived at the crushed tomatoes was first I had tried tomatoes, just regular tomato sauce or tomato puree, and the kids just told me after each of these, well, you know what, Dad, it's a little too tomatoey, or it's not the right consistency. And then when I was having a chili discussion one day, my father-in-law said, well, he uses crushed tomatoes. And I thought, well, that's one thing I never tried before. So I decided to try crushed tomatoes one day, and sure enough, that was a winner. And
you can only imagine the riveting conversations that go on at the Keefer household when he and his father or father-in-law?
It was my father-in-law.
Your father-in-law are discussing what they put in their chili. Crushed, whole, or tomato sauce.
I'll tell you, the discussions could go on forever about that.
Okay.
So that was how I arrived at this. Okay. Next, what I did was I still needed to add some like chopped tomatoes. And what I did was, originally I just took a tomato and I chopped it up and I threw it in there. But I was just chopping one day and I saw this, and it's available at various brands. Diced tomatoes with green chilies. Almost every grocery store in Western New York has some form of this.
In the Mexican food department.
Yes. You have to be watching for it. So petite diced or just diced tomatoes with green chilies. And I decided, well, they're already diced up and they've got green chilies in them, and you need that for your chili recipe. So I figured, well, instead of dicing up a tomato myself, I'll get a can of this. Remember, one of the things that I had to do was find a way to save time. So this could be whipped up almost instantly. And so that was very important. And for all you dads and moms out there who are real busy, you want to pay attention to this recipe, because you can be in and out of that kitchen in no time. Once the meat is browned, it'll take almost
Speaking of which, did you check your browned meat there, Tom?
That's a great idea, Lori. Right now, I think I'm going to see how the browned meat is doing.
Maybe he has a future on QVC. What are the rest of you thinking at home there? Because that's something that my husband Fred says to me all the time. He's like, really, why couldn't you do QVC? And I say, why couldn't I? And he says, really, I think that they take QVC out of either South Carolina or Florida or something, and you could just move right down there, Lori. Riveting.
Now
my assistant Kim would come with me. Next thing I know, I would have gone down there to do QVC, and my friend Kim would have completely taken over. She would be hired by QVC, and I would find myself just in the background, hanging clothes or answering the phone.
Well, you need to have a retirement plan, Lori, and that sounds like a pretty good one.
No, my retirement plan, Tom, is being the greeter at the new Super Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Would you like a little smiley face? Come on in. Come on in.